Okay. So it's finally the three idiots again. But our guest is in the bathroom.
How's it going?
Yeah. How you doing?
Are you still scared? Oh, wow, okay. Shit.
We should take it to the door.
Like a racehorse. Okay.
Okay. So, we were talking about
Marvel.
And basically, it's Disney basically owning everything awesome, but keeping it awesome.
Yeah, weird.
But also the complaints.
Yeah.
Like, it seems that, so everybody knows that in 2013, was it, Disney bought
Star
Wars.
Yeah. From Lucasfilm.
From Lucasfilm.
No, they bought all of Lucasfilm. They bought Lucasfilm.
Yeah, they bought Lucasfilm.
So they got everything. Indiana Jones.
The main thing is Star Wars. I don't think they're making another indie.
No.
Because
why?
Crystal Skull.
Which, I like Crystal Skull.
I haven't seen Crystal Skull, but I heard it was shit, and I read the premise for it, and I wasn't too...
It's not bad. It really isn't.
So anyway.
It's not that bad.
No more indies, I don't think. What else has Lucas worked on?
Star Wars. There's a possibility for a Howard the Duck remake.
Oh my god.
But this time
Fucking
it could be
Howard the Duck.
But this time it could
Disney,
be awesome.
But like Disney's not really one to like.
That's why they have Touchstone.
Swear a lot.
Well, that's why they have Touchstone, dude.
I get yeah.
Con Air and like Nightmare Before Christmas was Touchstone before Disney. Like Disney were like, no, this might freak kids out, so we're not gonna release it under Disney. We're gonna release it under Touchstone, and then it did really good. And they're like, oh yeah, we did this. Yeah.
See, I guess Disney's made a lot of good decisions. Disney Channel has made terrible decisions. Disney.
I think I gagged a little. Okay.
Gagging out that dick. Oh, our guest is here. Hi, guest. Tyler.
Hello.
The guy who brought you the Link is dead theory.
The Link is dead theory.
The really crippled Link is dead theory.
Exactly.
Yeah, so...
Sorry about that, guys. Whatever.
So we were talking about... not Marvel. We were talking about...
Disney buying
the
stuff.
Mandarin.
Basically, Tyler's back again with another,
What?
I guess, terrible claim.
Not really.
You were like, it sucks that Star Wars bought...
Yes,
that Disney bought...
It sucks that Star Wars bought Disney.
What the fuck? It sucks.
It's the same
It really
thing.
sucks that Disney bought Star Wars. And me and Jamie both were like, no. I mean, okay.
And then we're like, well,
time?
and then we're like, they own Marvel, and you're like, well, yeah, because Marvel's amazing.
Immediately,
It's still under Disney's name, though.
Immediately-
Marvel's amazing though, but it just.
But
what
they
if
also
what if they don't
made-
give you the aesthetic feel.
They also
of
made
what
John
Star Wars
Carter.
really was.
They also made John Carter, though.
I know, but what if they don't?
Wait.
What if they just screw up
I like
like the
John
whole
Carter.
feeling of it,
I don't know.
like the
See,
feeling of like the scenes.
John Carter
like,
bombed.
But okay, you can't even like compare the first trilogy, like the feel of the first trilogy, to the second trilogy.
Second
because-
trilogy feels more like sci-fi, where the first one is more like fantasy.
Yeah, like the first trilogy, it really felt like you look at everything and you know it's all on different planets, but you feel like it could happen on Earth. Whereas the second trilogy, it's all like they're always on a spaceship.
Yeah, even on a
I
planet.
mean, shit goes
Even
south
on a
like every
planet,
5
they're
minutes.
like it's always sci-fi, and it's always like they're trying to find ways to like explain things that like don't need explaining, like the Force.
Yeah.
When the metachlorine, like what the fuck? See,
See,
If you guys want a good,
I feel like okay.
if you guys want a good breakdown of why, like we're just kind of saying it as like kind of the feel of it. If you want like explicit breakdown, look at Red Media's Phantom Menace review because that's just perfect.
Perfect. Like, I wasn't too bothered by the metachlorines thing
I kind of
because it was. I mean,
it's like what Plinkett says. Like that kind of takes away the mysticism of the Force and kind of puts it down to like natural selection. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you were born with the Force.
but then again, it is kind of a you were born with the Force
Well,
thing
yeah.
because there are Jedis that are born to be Jedis.
Well, yeah, but they break it down to like say like oh you were like there's say
It's not even you were born to the Force because everyone is born to the Force because the Force is.
Let's talk about
you're
all
just
the
more
murders
stronger
of
by the
little
Force, but there's
kids.
like explaining it like its cells and stuff just makes it less awesome.
Wait,
I
okay,
guess.
okay, they can clone clones, you know, like the clone troopers.
Yeah,
Why the hell aren't they doing that with Jedis?
Because then they went it.
because it's messing with God.
No,
Even they said clones are a bad idea.
messing
Yeah,
with clones.
see-
man.
see,
you're making clone
The
troopers.
clones
That's
were never
fucking wild.
supported to begin with. Do you know who the first clone was?
No, I do not.
Boba Fett.
Django. No, yeah, Boba.
Boba, because he's
was
not his son. He's a clone. He's a
no,
young
he's
clone
not his son.
that
He was
can get raised like a son.
yeah, he was the first clone, and he ages normally. Django was the original guy, and then from Django they cloned him, and that's where they got the Clone Army, which is a dumb name. I like Stormtroopers a lot more. The Stormtroopers are the clones, but like
another thing that Lincoln said was like, okay,
are the Death Troopers the same?
All right,
They
if
clone
the
those
entire
too?
army is made up of these clones that are just the exact same person and look alike, whatever.
Yeah, but they all.
Why
why do they
fucking
talk
names.
to each other?
Also, why in the original trilogy there's like admirals and all this stuff, and they're all different people. Those obviously aren't clones.
Do they ever
Okay,
get annoyed
well-
of their own voice?
I mean, I feel like
It's the same voice.
I feel like in a clone of armies, because like all the clones were
A clone of an army.
no. In a clone
What
army.
the-
Like, the clones were all a clone of a bounty hunter, which is, like, top level.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they didn't have all the skills that Django did.
Oh, okay.
So, no, it's kind of like when you take a... I don't know. It's hard to explain.
No, but
It's like when you take a photocopy, and if you keep photocopying it, you'll actually notice that it, like,
Gets worse and
degrades
worse.
over time.
Yeah, you should check out the VHS degradation experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Take a VHS of like a music video, and then they make they go up to I think like 90 generations of copies, and
Yeah.
it's horrifying at the end. Like literally, it freaks me out.
If you watch like a first...
It's scary.
Dude, if you watch like a first generation like VHS on a VHS player that's good and the VHS is mint,
It's pretty nice.
it's
Looks good.
really like it looks good.
Yeah, but
okay, but like
by this
can
point, if
I
you
wanna
find
ask
if you have a
something.
VHS,
Like,
it's
okay,
worn
like-
out at this point.
Going back, like I feel like as a kid, whenever I used to watch black and white stuff, I was always like, "Oh, this is shit. It's so grainy." Now when I watch it, it's like this is so clear.
There's really
like
some good
what
stuff.
the fuck? I feel like this was filmed in HD, but in black and white.
Yeah, there's a lot of good black and white movies. like that.
Hey,
when,
Lucas.
when you
Like,
first get color,
the entire Doctor Who series filmed beautifully, or at least as far as like the black and white stuff, that was beautiful for black and white. And then whenever they went to color, it's like there's no
when you recolorize, it looks weird. When you recolor it.
when you recolor
Because
black and white.
you
it
go
looks
look
like
at black and white, it looks old because it's black and white, whatever. But it looks really good. It's when you start getting your first colored movies is where you can really tell it's kind of grainy.
yeah.
But black and white's really good.
Lucas,
Huh?
are the Death Troopers the same thing, or were they
Stormtroopers.
No, there's Death Troopers. Like they're like
No, they're like subsidiary. It's kind of like stormtroopers, and then like there's like the sand troopers.
Yeah.
Oh
death
yeah.
troopers.
Well,
But what about them? Are they like a special breed? Or
no,
that's
it's just
why
like
he
they
did-
have different armor and they're like meant to be on a different planet. Like,
Or
There were-
sand or snow troopers.
snow troopers are on Hawk,
Sand
and sand
troopers
troopers are on Tatooine. Yeah,
Stormtroopers are
What
Brazil.
are the Death Troopers?
it's
Camino.
Brazil.
Isn't it weird that the
Brazil.
main ones, like stormtroopers, are I know named after like the Nazi soldiers or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like stormtroopers, like you can bring their heritage back, I guess, to Camino where it's always fucking raining.
Yeah.
Just made myself giddy.
So,
Okay, no.
Oh wait, speaking about episode 1,
No.
yeah, we were talking about how we
I
don't like Romeo and
We're gonna
Juliet.
talk some. We're gonna
This
talk.
episode 2 is like Rose Star Wars version of Romeo and Juliet.
yeah.
Sort of trying to be.
and like, I didn't like that. Like, I liked. If you really watch the like, No. I really feel like it was just because we didn't get to see that relationship develop. Because they like knew each other when they were like in the first movie.
Yeah.
And you didn't get to see the relationship develop over time. Because, you could obviously
Plus,
tell
it didn't, because in the beginning of episode 2, Anakin was like, "Man, I haven't seen her since I was 9, or whatever."
Yeah.
Also, I kind of
But I feel like they really knew each other when they were 9. See, I don't know.
because she was 14 and they're 9, so obviously they would kind of have like a little brother, older sister kind of thing.
I don't know.
Like at least when they were that little.
Whenever they were that young, you could like, they liked each other. You could see it.
Good point.
See it in their eyes.
No, but Lucas,
I think it's hilarious how she's 5 fucking years old. Hold on. 5 fucking years older than him.
Yeah.
She's a pedophile. When he was 13, she was 18, dude. Like, you think 9 and 14, oh, it's kind of cute, I guess. Not really. But at the same time,
No, but once you
I don't know.
once you reach 20,
yeah,
it's fine.
It's kind of like, doesn't matter.
Isn't it weird after you get done when after you're 19, everything just kind of like he's 5 years older than you? Oh, that doesn't. In my head, it doesn't.
What's
seem
that? 13 years?
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. It's cool. It's
I kind of
cool.
wish Obi-Wan and Anakin were more buddies. Like, no, I just kind of trailed off.
They were buddies.
Well, they were buddies, but I'm like kind of like, I don't know, like more bros. Kind of just like, well, because you know how they acted? They acted like friendly with each other and like whatever, like you do with friends. But they didn't seem like close friends. They seemed more like friends that knew each other because of other friends. You know what I mean?
I feel like
they didn't seem like best friends to me.
In the third movie, I felt like they were best friends.
Yeah, you kind of
because but that was mostly
the whole movie. They're separated, so they don't interact. But like the few times they do interact, they actually do act like normal friends. Episode 2 is where they act kind of weird,
distant.
Yeah,
I feel like that's mostly because he was still like a Padawan.
Yeah,
and he saw it more. It was more of like a teacher-student relationship where they're friends, but like he still has to like obey the teacher, so it seems less like they're friends and more like you're telling me what to do.
So in the third one, they're more equal.
Yeah. So they're better friends.
Kind of wish they hung out more though. Sometimes for friends, they like in the 2 movies, they have a lot of stuff to do separately, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
If they were like, if like episode 3, half of it was like they're like always together, and then like they had to split up. Like in the second half.
But half of the movie was
most of the movie they were just split up.
I know, but like Anakin, I was it. It was about halfway through. Anakin was like, "Man, fuck Jedi's."
Yeah,
So,
it was halfway through.
Like,
kills a whole bunch of kids.
You know what?
And it sucks because I know most people see Star Wars as like, oh, it's the story of a war and how Luke has to win the war and blah blah blah. I don't see it that way. I see it as a story of Anakin's life. Like if you take it front to back, like if you take the first trilogy, it's obviously about Luke and how Luke has to save the day and all that. But if you take it from the first trilogy to the end of the second trilogy, it's obviously about Anakin.
A film writer said that. He was talking about like if you like in the encompassing story of the first trilogy, it's about Luke. Luke is the main character. That's who you follow around. The mistake with the prequels is that it should have been like one main character. It should have probably been maybe Obi-Wan. It would have followed him, but then when you connect the 2 stories together, overarching is the story of Anakin, like his life and how it got fucked up.
Yeah.
But then, you know, they didn't think of that.
Like, I don't know. I feel like Anakin really is... He's my favorite character. And, like, I feel like even...
I like that, because... Darth Vader is one of my favorites, which is weird, because it's like... Anakin is nothing like Darth Vader, and Darth Vader is way better.
I think I really like Anakin. Mostly because... We were all really young whenever we saw the first trilogy, or no, the second trilogy.
Yeah, that was.
So it was like that was whenever I first got into Star Wars. So I kind of have to like it more.
R2D2.
Yeah, like, that is what we'll admit. That is what we'll admit.
Anakin made C-3PO,
which I think is still kind of stupid. Mm-hmm. I think it's just retarded.
Why?
I just think it's dumb.
It's his pal.
You don't have to connect. You don't have to connect everything.
I guess.
Well, I mean, like
that's
where'd C-3PO come from?
Anakin built him. C-3PO. Anakin built him.
No. I said R2.
R2D2.
I meant R2D2.
The thing I liked about R2D2 was like he was the one robot that actually like he was there. So the reason he's still kind of connected to the royal family, like he is in the original trilogy, is because like he was on the Queen's ship.
Yeah.
In the prequel trilogy, and he starts off on the Queen's ship. Or at least like a really high class like royal ship for the same place in the original, so that makes sense.
I would really like to see,
which is why he's an asshole in the original trilogy because he got glitched out at the end of episode 3.
Yeah,
like they're like, just like tear out the hard drive or whatever.
Yeah, I would really love to see like the trilogy from like R2D2's point of view, where it's like in the second trilogy, it's like I'm a droid. Just gotta go about my day being a droid, and then like over time, it's like I got cool Jedi shit, and then they're like R2, we're taking you on a dangerous mission. It's like I know I just met you, but okay, sure. And then it's like they're in space, and he's like, whoa, shit.
This is fucking amazing.
Yeah, for real, and like because he started off as just like a normal droid, and you even like I think the first time you see him, isn't he like with another droid that's exactly like him?
They're just chilling, and that one droid gets fucking shot.
Yeah, and then he's just
and C-3PO was like, dude, stop! C-3PO was like, dude, knock it off.
No, they were going up to
you realize how like C-3PO is such an asshole in like the original trilogy. And C-3PO's like that one friend who has to deal with him all the time.
Yeah.
It's good shit. It's good. It's weird, like the original trilogy can characterize. Like the more I think about it, those two robots are really characterized.
Tyler? What were you saying?
Forgot. No. Okay, after this podcast, there's something I really want to discuss.
Like on
On
on-
superheroes.
superheroes? On podcasts or not?
Yes.
Okay. We'll do
No,
that.
I mean,
Considering that we started talking about Marvel, Disney owning,
We could.
Yeah,
we could.
I know. But the best fight I ever thought. I love this fight on the comic books. Deadpool versus Max Payne.
I never read that.
Yeah.
Max Payne literally comes at him with blades, a rocket launcher, and at the end, Deadpool's like, "Oh,
All right. That sounds like a topic for another day.
All right, so we discussed Star Wars. That was fun.
All right. Stop moving the fucking chair.
Yeah.
This is the tip.
Pulling out.
Pulling out.